أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما وأجمعين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to LQ Milton class number 41. We are doing lesson number 5, book 2. These books can be downloaded from our website lqmilton.com, inshallah. In lesson number 5, we are learning the foundational or a very basic construction of Jumla Felia, the verbal sentence. Verbal sentence, when a sentence begins with a verb, then it is a verbal sentence. We know that. And the normal sequence, very quick refresher. The normal sequence of a verbal sentence is, the action, then the doer of the action, and the maf'ulun bihi or the object. And how do we identify file or the doer of the action? It is always marfu, and the object or the maf'ul will be mansub. That's how we would identify it. So if I say khalaqallahul insana, so khalaqa, he created, the action of creation, right? The action of creation is khalaqa, which is your fail, your action. And then who's the doer of the action? How do I know? Allahu, because it is marfu, so it is your file. So that's your file. Doer of the action is Allah. Allah is the creator. And then what did he create it? Maf'ulun bi al insana, mansub al insana, right? And in the last class we also learned that the verbs can be transitive or intransitive, right? Transitive verbs are called al mutaaddi in Arabic language, and intransitive are called al lazim. And then what are the transitive verbs? These are the verbs that they require object, maf'ul, right? Because when they come in, for them to make complete sense out of them, we need an object, we need the maf'ulun bihi, right? And how do we figure out, this is one of the concepts we learned, how do we figure that a verb is a transitive in nature, is to go and ask the verb two questions, what and whom. And we did this exercise quickly. Fataha, he opened. So when fataha comes as a verb, then I have two options. I have to ask fataha what, or fataha whom. He opened what? That makes sense. So that means fataha is transitive and it needs maf'ulun bihi or object. But when I say jalasa, he sat, it is al lazim, because when I go and ask jalasa is what and whom, then jalasa couldn't answer that question to me. He sat what, he sat whom, it doesn't make any sense, because the action is complete. I don't need the maf'ulun bihi or the object. So this is a very quick refresher. Why? So in Quran, when we read and then we come across a Jumla Felia, then how do we identify who's the doer of the action, who's the file, and who's the maf'ulun bihi? The way we identify it is by marfu and the mansub nature of the noun that comes in that Jumla Felia or verbal sentence. Very easy. And then also in the last class we talked about damirun muttasilun, the attached pronoun, and we know the attached pronoun, they attach themselves to anything. So but when they attach themselves to a verb, then they become maf'ulun bihi. Always remember that. So for example, khalaqahu, khalaqahuma, khalaqahum, khalaqaha, khalaqahuma, khalaqahunna, khalaqaqa, khalaqakuma, khalaqakum, khalaqaki, khalaqakuma, khalaqakunna, khalaqani, khalaqana. Right? So when I say khalaqani, he created me. So khalaqa, where is the file? Mustatir. Taqdiruhu huwa. So he created. But then ya is me. He created something. He created what? He created me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created me. So ya mutakallim is your maf'ulun bihi. Now after the class, post class, there was a question and I wanted to clarify that question, is that when I am doing this conjugation khalaqahu, khalaqahuma, khalaqahum and so on and so forth, and when I come to khalaqa, I don't say khalaqi, I say khalaqani. Here, khalaqani. Why there is noon there? That is the question, Sada Sahab, right? So I think it's a good question. Now remember, when the ya mutakallim comes in with ya, always remember when the ya comes in whether it is attached to a noun or a verb, the letter before ya will get the kasra, because ya is always compatible with kasra. Okay, so when I am doing the conjugation of khalaqahu, khalaqahuma, and I comes to khalaqa with the ya mutakallim, then it will become khalaqaki. But then what I'm doing is, for example, khalaqaki. But what I did is that I actually destroyed my verb. There is no such verb as khalaqi. I destroyed my verb because ya mutakallim, the nature of ya mutakallim is that it is compatible with kasra. So a letter before ya mutakallim has to get a kasra. So when I destroyed my verb here, I have to protect my verb. I don't want my verb to get destroyed. So what I do is I bring noon. Khalaqa ni. And what is this noon called? Noonul vikaya, the noon of protection. So now khalaqa is in original condition, and then I can give a kasra to the noon because ya mutakallim is compatible with kasra. So I can give noon the kasra. I can give 1,000 kasras to noon and it would have no impact on the verb. The verb is protected now. So this noon is basically noonul vikaya called. So when we read the Quran and a verb comes with the noonul vikaya, don't get confused. Don't try to see what kind of verb is that. It is only to protect the verb, noonul vikaya. So that was one of the questions. Why we say khalaqani? Which one? This one?
This will be also khalaqtani?
Yeah. Yes. Of course. Yes, Inam bhai. Because I don't want to destroy khalaqta. I don't want to destroy it. I want it to remain intact. You created me. You created me. So yeah. So this is actually wrong. So when we read Quran and then we see the noon there before the ya mutakallim, then don't get confused what kind of verb is that. It is only to protect the verb. So that is a good question, Surasa. Now we have completed the lesson. let's do the exercises just to get some more practice. Page number 31. Exercise number 1. Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyati. Answer the following questions. Answering the following questions is not a big issue. The only thing is we need to identify, keep identifying the fail, the file, and the maf'ulun bihi. Now, the normal sequence of the verbal sentence in exceptional cases can change. For example, remember na'buduka and iyyaka na'budu? In exceptional cases, it can change, and then when it changes, it means we are adding emotions. We're adding emotions in there. So, exercise number 1. Aina zahabat tullabul jududu. Now, in this sentence, zahaba is the action. Where is the file? At-tullabu, right? At-tullabu, the students. Where did the student go? New students go. Al-jududu is your nath, right? So, what is the grammatical value of al-jududu? Nath, right? So, they went to the mudir. So, in the lesson we can say they went to the mudir. Zahabu ilal mudir. Zahabu ilal mudiri. Now, similarly, khalaqaku. Now, wow, al-wow is compatible with dhamma. Similar to ya mutakallim, or ya is compatible with kasra, the wow is compatible with dhamma. So, the letter before the wow will get the dhamma. But then what is this alif here? Aliful wiqaya. To protect my file. In khalaqaku, wow is the file, right? Wow is the file. So, to protect my file, I need the aliful wiqaya, the alif of protection. Next one, afahima talhatu darsa. Did he understand the lesson? Talha. Afahima. Fahima is your verb. Where is the file? Talhatu. And where is the when I ask Fahima, he understand or he understood, and I'm going to ask what a room, he understand what. That means it is a transitive verb. So I need the maf'ulun bihi, right? So where is the maf'ulun bihi? Ad-darsa, right? Why I'm not saying ad-darsu or ad-darsi, or why I'm saying ad-darsa? Because it is the object. Because did Talha understand the lesson? But I don't think he understand the lesson, right? That was the answer. La. Number 3. Ayya suratin hafiza Ibrahimu. Which surah Ibrahim memorized? Hafiza. Hafiza, is it transitive or intransitive? He memorized. He memorized what? Transitive, right? So I need maf'ulun bihi, right? So which surah Ibrahim memorized? Okay. Raise by. Hafiza is transitive. Okay. So and then I know where is the file in this sentence. Where is the file? Ibrahimu is the file. Yeah, it's marfu. But I need I need maf'ulun bihi too, right? So it's a question. But let's think about where it is possible. Where is the maf'ulun bihi? Ayya is the maf'ulun bihi. Which? And then suratin is mudaf alayh, because we know ayya is a particle, and then suratin is the mudaf alayh. So ayya is the maf'ulun bihi, Okay? It is a bit advanced, but then what I'm saying is that we always look for the maf'ulun bihi, and it has to be somewhere around. But it's a question mark, it's not a statement, it's not an answer. But ayya is the maf'ulun bihi. Very good. So we know he memorized Suratul Fajri and Suratul Tini, right? We know with that. Number 4, Man fatahal nawafizu. See, the beauty of doing these exercises is it sharpens our mind. It's not about whether we can answer it correctly or not doing correctly using the lesson. The beauty of these exercises is it basically sharpens our mind, and we understand the construction of the sentences. That's what it is. Man fatahal nawafiza. Who opened the windows? Okay. Man fataha al nawafiza. Again, this is beautiful. Okay. Fataha, he opened. Is it transitive or intransitive? We know it is transitive because we need, yeah, exactly. Okay. And where is the file in fataha? Exactly. Mustati taqdiruhu huwa, and it goes back to man. Right? Man. And then where is the maf'ulun bihi? An-nawafiza. So this is how we understand it. Right? This is how we understand it. And I think it was Ali who opened the windows. Number 2, put hazal alamati, this the check mark, amam al jumla sahi wa hazal alamati, the cross, amam al jumla ghayra sahi. So when the statement is correct, we put the check mark. When the statement is incorrect, we do the cross check. Okay, let's see. Fataha aliyun al fasla. No. He didn't open the classroom. He opened Bab al Fasli. Bab al Fasli, right? The door of the class. Number 2, Ma raja'a Zakariya wa Hamzatu wa Usmanu min Makkata. Raja'a, he returned. Now he returned. Raja'a, he returned. Is it transitive or intransitive? Intransitive, exactly. He doesn't need maf'ulun bihi object. He returned. That's his action complete, right? So Zakariya, Hamza, Usman didn't return from Makkah. That is correct. They didn't return from Makkah. So this is the correct statement. Ma kataba Faisalul ajwabita li annahu ma fahimal as'ilata. Okay, let's break this statement. Ma kataba Faisalul ajwabi. What should I say? Ajwibatu, ajwibata, or ajwibati? Ta, because okay, kataba, he wrote. First thing, step number 1, transitive or intransitive? He wrote what? Okay, that is first step number 1. Step number 2, now we know the action of writing, and that action of writing is transitive, al mutati. And we know then that whenever there is an action, there has to be a doer of the action. Where is the doer? Who's the doer of the action? Faisalu. Faisalu, because we know file is always marfu, right? Faisalu. That's it. Now, since it is transitive, I'm also looking for here. Faisal wrote what? Al ajwibit, the answers. Okay. Al ajwibata. Faisal did not write the answers. Ma is the ma nafi. Ma nafiya, right? Ma nafiya. Faisal did not write the answers. So ma is the ma nafiya, but then after that kataba Faisalul ajwibata. So this is how. See, the beauty of these exercises is Dr. Sahab is not providing us the Arabs. We have to put them. The Arabs. I don't know, in the new books are there Arabs, Sadasa? There are. In the new books they are. Old books there is no. So this is another exercise. So when we read, we have to figure out whether I want to make it marfu or mansub based on my knowledge. In the old books, Dr. Sahab is not providing. He's not vowelizing these words. We have to do it, right? So al ajubata li annahu, because ma fahima, ma is again ma nafiya, the negation. Fahima, what is the meaning of fahima? He understood. He understood. So step number 1, transitive. Okay, fahima. So I know I need mafulun bihi. Okay, fahima, where is the now? But also there has to be a doer of the action, file. Where is the file? Huwa. Yeah, exactly. Mustatir, taqdiruhu, huwa, and it goes back to Faisal. It goes back to yudullu ala Faisal. Bhai, very good. Ma fahimal as'ilata. Okay, but then now that we have identified the doer of the action, I'm going to have to look for the object, right? And as'ilata, because he did not understand the questions. If he didn't understand, how could he write the answers, right? So that's logical. Li anna, li plus anna, because, and when it is anna, then I need to have ismu anna. Where is the ismu anna? Who is the ismu anna? And where is the khabar anna? The jumla fi'liya coming after that is your khabar anna. Yes, ma fahimal as'ilata. Okay, last one. Ma katabal Faisalul ajwibata li annahu qalamahu maksurun. No, that's not true. He didn't write the answers because his pen was broken. No, because he didn't understand the questions. So kataba again, ma is ma harfu nafi. Kataba again is transitive. Faisalu is your file. Al ajwibata is your mafulun bihi. Li anna, because. Qalamahu. Now why qalamahu? I said qalamahu and you said qalamahu, but why not is qalamuhu? Qalamu is your noun. Noun by nature are marfu. Why I'm saying qalama?
So this is maf'ul.
No.
Going back to huwa.
No. Lianna. See, exactly, ismu anna. Yeah, li anna, ismu anna. See, this is, it's, so in the old books, in the new book, Dr. Saab have vowelized them.
Yeah.
But in the new books, in the old books, Dr. Saab didn't vowelize them. So we need to figure out whether I should kalamuhu or kalamahu. It should be kalamahu because anna comes, li anna, and then kalama is your ismu anna, mansubun, wa huwa mudaf, and who is your mudaf alayh. And maksurun is your khabar anna. Okay, number 3, Tamal amsilatil atiyati. Ponder upon the following examples. Al Qur'anu. Qara'a. What is the meaning of qara'a? He read. Is it transitive? Yes, it is transitive. He read what? He read something, right? He read what? Where is the file? The doer of the action is talibu, right? Talibu. And where is the mafulun bihi? Al Qur'ana. Al Qur'ana. Al qahwatu. Shariba. What is the meaning of shariba? He drank. He drank what? Now, ad-daifu, the guest, is your file. The action of drinking is performed by the guest. And al qahwata. And what did he drink? What did he drink? Al qahwa. Right. Ad-darsu, right? The lesson. Kataba, he wrote. See, Dr. Saab is keep repeating everything. He wrote what? Al-mudarrisu is your file and ad-darsa is your mafulun bihi. The mudarris wrote the lesson. Al-babu, the door. Fatahat. Aminatul baba. Amina opened the door. and then qara'at talibul Qur'ana, the student read the Quran. Okay. Now they are very easy sentences, we can easily identify the action, doer of the action, and the maf'ulun bihi. That's it. And the question of what or whom. Number 4, ayyin, specify al fa'il wa maf'ulun bihi, the doer of the action and the object, fil jumla al atiyati, in the following sentences. Da, put khattan wahidan tahat al fa'il, put one line under the fa'il, the doer of the action, wa khattain tahat al maf'ulun bihi, and 2 lines under the object. Washkil akhira kulluhunuma, and then vowelize them at the end of it, both of them, right, vowelize it. So this is basically, once we put the one line under file and then 2 lines under maf'ulun bihi, then we have to vowelize it too, and then the file would be marfu and the maf'ulun bihi will be mansub. This is just to reiterate, just to make sure that we understand the file and the maf'ulun bihi. Number 1, kasara, he broke what? Immediately, step number 1, I know it is transitive, I need both the file, of course I need, but then I also need a maf'ulun bihi. Kasara tiflu, because the child broke something, right? What did he broke? Al kalama. So put one line under a tiflu and 2 lines under al kalama, and then vowelize it. Tiflu will be your marfu and al kalama will be mansub. The child broke the pen. Ghasalat Aminatul Mindila. Now, number 1, number 2, you see the normal sequence is being followed. For example, ghasalat, the action of washing first, then come Aminatu, the file, marfu, and then coming the maf'ulun bihi. So this is the basic normal sequence we are following here, right? This is the basic. So Amina washed handkerchief, the handkerchief, right? Number 3, akala, he ate, transitive. So Usama ate something. What did he eat? Al anaba, the grapes. Al anaba, not al anabu, al anaba, because now anaba is playing the role of maf'ulun bihi in verbal sentence. So I don't want to say al anaba, al anabu, I say anaba. Wa akalat. Now why akalat? Because we are talking about zawjatu, his wife. So akalat. So I don't want to say akala now, because I want to say akalat, because now I'm talking about the wife, the female, right? The feminine gender here. Zawjatuhu, his wife. But she ate. She ate what? Al mauza, a banana. And what did the banana said in Amai? I am akela. Right? Number 4, sharibat. Okay, now we are talking about al baqaratu. Al baqaratu, cow, is your file. Al baqaratu. This is the concept we need to know, because if you're reading the Quran and such a situation comes, you should not get confused. Al baqaratu is your file, and it is feminine, right? Feminine gender, and I need to bring in the proper shariba. Shariba is the verb, means he drank. So shariba, sharibu, sharibat, right? Sharibat. I'll just put. But then why there is a kasra here? No, it is tautanisi. You see, when sharabat comes, Al-Baqaratu is your file. This is the action. Taw tanisi is the indication that the verb is feminine gender, third person singular. Al-Baqaratu is your file, and al-ma'a is your maf'ulun bihi. But then I need to, tajweed rule, I need to connect sharibat will al-Baqaratu, sharibatil baqaratu. Now because when we Quran and then we say sharaba, then we say the kasra at the end of taw tanisi, then we will be wondering what kind of fail or verb this is. There is no verb sharabati. There is no fail like that, right? So that's why this is a tajweed rule, that this kasra is basically to join it to al-Baqarah. Al-Baqarah. It is actually no sharaba alina by shariba. Yeah, shariba. Yeah, it is shariba. Sharabatil baqara. Sharabati. Shariba. Shariba. Sharibatil baqaratu. Sharibatil. Because let's conjugate shariba, okay, and then see if you can find sharibati in that conjugation. You would not find that, okay. Shariba, shariba, sharibu, sharibat, sharibata, sharibna, sharibta, sharibtuma, sharibtum, sharibti, sharibtuma, sharibtunna, sharibtu, sharibna, right? But there is no sharibati in that conjugation. There is no sharibati in that conjugation. The closest you can see is sharibti, but then there is a sukoon on the ba, on the ain kalima. Sorry, the lam kalima. The lam kalima. There is a sukoon on the lam kalima. So sharibati comes, and I'm wondering what kind of verb is that. It is only to join this taw tanisi with al-Baqarah.
There was another concept I don't remember. Like
Yes.
इसके लिए जो use होता है, जो गैर आकल के लिए जो all क्या
Kullu jama muannas. Kullu jama muannas. No, that's not. No, not kullu jama muannas. No. Kullu jama muannas is basically ghair akil group. When it is plural, it is considered as singular feminine. So this is what it is. Hafiza Hamzatul Qur'ana. Hamzatu al Qur'ana. Hamza memorized the Quran. Darabat Fatimatu bintaha. Darabat Fatimatu bintaha. Fatima hit her daughter. Qatala rajalu. The man killed. Now, qatala mean he killed. Transitive verb. He killed something, right? So I need maf'ulun bi. He killed what? Al hayyata, the snake. The snake. Bil asa, with, sorry, bil hajri, hajari, with the stone. Number 8. Samaya, he heard. Transitive, he heard something. Now, action of hearing. Then comes the file Bilalun. Al azana. He heard something. He heard what? Al azana, right? Wa zahaba ilal masjidi. And he went to the masjid. Okay. Samaya Bilalun al azana. Bilal heard the azan. Bilalun is your file. Al azana is a maf'ulun bihi. Waw comes ataf, and then the new jumla failure starts. Zahaba. Where is the file? Mustatir. Taqdiruhu huwa. Where is the maf'ulun bihi? There is a maf'ulun bihi. There was a trick question. Zahaba is intransitive. He went. Action is complete. I got you there, Harizbhai. You were thinking, you were looking for maf'ulun bihi, but there is no object here because Zahaba is intransitive.
It is the same category of raja. He returned.
He returned, he went. That's it. Right? He returned and he went. What and whom doesn't apply here. Right? So this is how Dr. Saab is bringing in and beautifully bringing in these, that he in the first Jumla Fi'liya he brings the transitive, and the next one he brings intransitive. So in the next one, the intransitive, no need for maf'ulun bihi. Kataba, he wrote. Who wrote? The action of writing, al mudarrisu, the teacher, but he wrote something, ad darsa, the lesson, ala saburati, on the whiteboard. Number 10, fatahal baqqalu, he opened, the grocer opened what? Ad dukkana, the shop, fi saati saminati, at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Number 5, akmil, complete, al jumla al atiyati, following sentences, bi kalamatil munasibatin, using the suitable nouns, wad bitha bishakli, and vowelize it at the end of it. Okay, man fataha. Now man fataha, fataha, what is fataha? A transitive verb, right? So fa'il mustatir, taqdiruhu huwa, and it goes to man. Somebody opened something, man fatah, who opened? Opened what? Now what do we want to open? Let's open a door, al baba. So we would write al baba on the line, the blank line that is given to us, al baba. Ghasalat, the action of washing, right? Ghasalat, ukhti, my sister washed, ukhti, my sister washed. She can wash al kamisa, the shirt, she can wash, we can do anything, or al mindila, the handkerchief, we can do anything, right? So let's bring al mandila or al kamisa. Number 3. Okay, now the first two we were trying to figure out the object. In the third one, the file is there, and then the maf'ulun bihi is there, but then the fail is absent. The way these sentences is because if the blank is in the beginning, that means we are missing the action. But if the blank is at the end, then it means because we are following the normal sequence of verbal sentence, then we are missing the object, right? So ar-rajalu, the man, is the file. He did something to al hayyata, the snake, and what he did what did he do for bil asa, with the stick? He did something. So kill the snake, qatala. Okay, qatala rajalu al hayyata bil asa. The man killed the snake with stick. Number 4, Yusuf al qahwata, Yusuf did something with kahwa. Yusuf is the file, al qahwata is your maf'ulun bihi or object, but he did something, shariba, he drank it. Number 5, katab al mudarrisu, the mudarris wrote, he wrote something. What did he wrote? ad-darsa, let's say ad-darsa ala saburati, on the whiteboard. Number 6, su'adul khubza, su'ad, the feminine gender, did something with al khubza, with the bread. Okay, al khubza is your, because we are following the normal sequence, so su'adu is would be marfu, al khubza will be mansub because it is object, but she did something. What did she do? Akalat, she ate it. Akala, and then since we are talking about su'ad, so it should be akalat because it's a feminine gender. Qara'tu, I read something. Qara'tu, where is the action? What is the action? The action of reading, qara'a. And where is the file? Tu is the file, right? Tu is the file. So but so fail and file are there. Al qur'ana, al qur'ana. Number 8, al azana ya hamza. Now we are asking hamza, ya hamza. Okay, ya hamza. So when I say ya hamza, This is why we need to. So what does that mean? Hamza is in front of me, second person. So whatever fail I am bringing in, it has to be in second person, because Ya Hamza means O Hamza. That means Hamza is in front of me. He did something to azan, al azana, right? What did he do with azana? Asameta. Asameta. Did you hear? Did you hear the azan? Hear what? Ta is your file. Samea is your fail, the action of hearing, and ta is your file, the person who is performing the action. Al azana is your maf'ulun bihi. Ya hamza is your harfun nida and al munada. Number 9, at-tajiru dukkana. Now at-tajiru is the file, marfu, ad-dukkana is your maf'ulun bihi, but he did something to the shop, he opened it, so we can say fataha at-tajiru ad-dukkana. At-tullabu min al-fasli, the students from the class. The student did something from the class, kharaja, left from the class. Where is the maf'ul? No maf'ul. You get it? Intransitive. Kharaja is al-lazim. Al-lazim. Number 6, aj'il, make kulla minal kalamatil atiyati maf'ulun wa dibt akhirha, and then vocalize it, right? Vocalize it at the end of it. Okay, so aj'il, make these words, the following words, into maf'ulun bihi, and then vocalize it at the end of it. So the first word is al-Qur'anu. So my task here is to make this noun into maf'ulun bihi and vocalize it, right? Not verbalize it, vocalize it. Al-Qur'anu. What did I do with the Quran? If I am reading it, I say qara'tu. I read what? Al-Qur'ana. So write qara'tu al-Qur'ana. Or if I want to say you read Quran, what should I say? Qara'ta al-Qur'ana, right? If I'm talking to a feminine gender, singular, qara'til Qur'ana, right? Al-qahwatu. Okay. If I drank the qahwa, the coffee, then I say sharibtul qahwata. Sharibtul qahwata. I drank the coffee. At-tuffahu. What I want to do with the apple? I want to eat it. Okay. So I say akaltu. Akaltu tuffaha. I ate. I don't want to say at-tuffahu. I want to say at-tuffaha, because my task here is to make these nouns maf'ulun bihi and vocalize them at the end of it. Akaltu tuffaha. Al-babu. I want to do something with the door. Fatahatul baba. I open the door. Or I can say fatahatal baba. You open the door. Right? Ad-darsu. Fahimtu? Yeah. Fahimtu darsa. I understood the lesson. Okay. Or I can say katabtu. I wrote the lesson. Anything, right? Al-qamisu. I want to do something. I want to wash it. Ghasaltul qamisa. I washed the shirt. The action of washing is ghasal. Tu is your file, marfu, and al-qamisa is your maf'ulun bihi. Now comes exercise number 7. Okay, this is one of the question I think that came in the last class as well, we explained it, but Dr. Saab is bringing in this exercise to explain it a bit more in detail. Let's ta'ammal misalainul ataini, ponder upon the two examples. Number one, let's take number one, at-tullabu zahabu ilal malabi. What kind of sentence is that? Ismiya, right? Ismiya, because it begins with the noun at-tullab, right? It's mubtada, right? The students. Zahabu ilal malabi is your jumla failure, coming as a khabar for at-tullab, right? They went to the playground. Now I want to convert this jumla ismiya into jumla failure. Okay. Zahabu will become zahaba. Zahabat tullabu ilal malabi. Zahabat tullabu. Now the logic dictates, before I say, the logic dictates we are talking plurals here. Students. So the logic dictates that I should be using zahabu. Zahabut tullabu ilal malabi. That's what the logic says. But here you can notice, instead of using zahabu, we are using singular, zahaba, right? We can use zahaba. Why I am not using zahabu, why I am using zahaba? Now remember, when a jumla failure begins and there is a plural there, when there is a, if the brand new sentence starts, and we are dealing in plurals, we bring singular, because if I use zahabu, then where is the file in zahabu? Wow, right? Let's say this is zahabu, zahaba, zahabu. Where is the file? Wow. So file already come. Right? So then after that I say zahabu at-tullabu. Now there is another file. Same thing. I am dealing in two files now. I can't do that. It's not logical. I need to bring one file. I have to have one file in that sentence. So what I do is, instead of saying zahabu, I say zahaba. That's why it is zahaba. Now it is clear? Yes, bhai? I say zahaba at-tullab, right? Ilal malabi, they went to the playground. And at-talibatu, the female students, zahabna ilal maktabati. Now in this jumla ismiya, at-talibatu, I'm using zahabna, because zahabna ilal maktabati, they went to the library. I have to bring in zahabna, a proper form of verb, because I'm talking about at-talibatu, the female students, right? But then when I'm converting this jumla ismiya into jumla fi'liya, I don't want to use zahabna anymore, because in zahabna ilal maktabati, na is the file and ilal maktabati is jarun wa majrurun, and zahab is your file, right? But then when this jumla ismiya converts into a jumla fi'liya, then I would use zahabat, singular, zahabat talibatu ilal maktabati, right? So exercise number 8 is all about the same concept. Let's start. Number 1, al awladu sharibul kahwata. What kind of jumla is this? Ismiya. Al awladu, the boys, is your mubtada. Sharibu, they drank what? Al kahwata. Sharibul kahwata is your jumla ismiya, jumla failure, coming as a khabar for al awladu. Sharibul al kahwata, where is the action of drinking? Sharibu, without the vaw. And where is the file? Vaw is the file. Okay, vaw is the file. And then al kahwata is your object, because this is a complete jumla failure, round, make a round complete jumla failure coming as a khabar for al aladu. But then I am converting this sentence into jumla failure. So if I say sharibul awladul kahwata, then I am bringing two files here now, wow and al awladu. I don't want to do that. So I would rather say sharibal awladu al kahwata, shariba, not sharibu. So this is the example. Let's do number 2. An-nasu sami'ul azana. The people heard the azan. The azan. The people heard. Now this is jumla ismiya. Sami'ul azana. Sami'. Sami'u without the waw is your action of hearing. Waw is the file and al-azana is your mafulun bihi. Okay, now I'm changing it into jumla failure. So what should I say? Sami'an nasa. Sami'an nasu, Sami'an nasu, right? Sami'an nasu al azana. The people heard the azan. Where is the file? An nasu. If I would say sami'u, then waw and an nasu both are file. I don't want to deal in two files. I want to deal in one file. And okay. Number 3, at-talibu katibul ajwibata. The students wrote the answers. Again same thing, katiba at-tullabu al-ajwibata. So just write it down, just write it. Okay. Number 4, at-talibatu dakhalna al-fasala. The female students entered the class. Okay, dakhalat, exactly, dakhalat talibatul fasla. The female students entered the class. Al-mudarrisuna kharaju min al-fusuli. The teachers left from the classes. The teachers left from the classes. Okay, now I want to say the teachers left from the classes, but in jumla failure, so I say kharajal mudarrisuna. I don't want to say kharaju because then I'm dealing in two files. So kharajal mudarrisuna min al-fusuli. Number 6, Zumalai raj'u min Makkata. My colleague returned from Makkah. And I want to say Raja'a Zumalai min Makkata. Raja'a. Akhawati ghasalna al-qumsana. Okay. My sisters washed shirts, right? Shirts. So I say ghasalat akhawati al-qumsana. Ghasalat. Number 8, at-tujjaru fatahud dakakina. The merchants opened the shops. So we say, we don't want to say fatahu, we say fataha. Fatahat tujjaru ad-dakakina. Number 9, at-tabibatu zahabna ila al-mustashfa. The doctors, the female doctors, zahabna ila al-mustashfa. They went to the hospital. Okay, the female doctors went to the hospitals. Now I want to convert this into a jumla failure. Then I would say zahabna. No. Zahabat at-tabibatu ilal mustashfa. Why? Because I don't want to deal in two files here. At-tullabu fahimud darsa. Is it true? Inshallah, the students understood the lesson. So change it into jumla failure. Fahimat tullabu ad-darsa. Now comes number 9, Tamal amsilatil atiyati. Ponder upon the following examples. Number 1, kharajat tullabu wa zahabu. Now kharajat tullabu wa zahabu. The students left and they went. Okay, kharaja. Where is the file? At-tullabu. Waw comes, zahabu. Where is the file? Waw is the file. Okay, qara'at tullabu wa katabu. Where is the file? At-tullabu and wa katabu. Right, the students read and they wrote. Okay, but then we can put the object there, something, some object or mafulun bihi there. Number 3, akalan nasu wa sharabu, the people ate and drank, right. So kawwin jumla mislu haza mustamilun fa'alaini. Okay, so we have to use dakhala and jalasa. Dakhala, at-tullabu and fasla is in the brackets. So what we need to do is we need to use dakhala and jalasa, the two verbs, using at-tullabu and al-fasla as your file, or and mafulun bihi. Okay, and mafulun bihi. So dakhala tullabu, the first fail and then at-tullabu, dakhala tullabu al-fasla. Okay, why al-faslu? The students, sorry, al-faslu, you're right. The student entered the class, in the class. Okay, the student entered the class. Wa jalasu, and they sat. In jalasu, where is the file? Al-waw is the file. Al-waw is the file. And dakhalu tullabu al-faslu, where is the file? At-tullabu. Okay. No. Number 2, daraba and qatala. Now auladu al hayyata. Now the boys did something to the snake. So we say darabal auladu al hayyata. Okay, wa qataluha, and they killed it. They killed it. Right. Qara'a fahima, and at-tullabu ad-darsa. Qara'at tullabu ad-darsu wa fahima. Fahim who? Right, and they understood it. Samaya zahaba. Samaya nasu al-azana wa zahabul masjida, and they went to the masjid. Number 10 is we can do it at home. Dr. Saab is giving us the verbs akala, ghasala, qara'a, kataba, daraba, qatala, and you can make dakhala, kharaja. You can make any sentence you want. And number 11 is ta'ammal ma yali, ponder upon the following. Man fatahal baba, who opened the door? Then I want to say I opened it, so ana fatah tuhu. We already did that. I opened it. Fatah tuhu. And who is your mafulun bihi? Man fataha nafafisa, ana fatah tuha. I opened it. And ha is your mafulun bihi. And this is your kullu juma muannas concept raised by, because nafafisa is plural ghair aqil. So I want to treat it as singular feminine. Al kalimatul jadidatu, al aniba, grapes, al mauzu, banana. And remember in Ambai, what did the banana said? I am akela. At-tinu, al fajaru, jawabun, answers, ajwibata, sawalun, as'ilatun, sawal means question, al baqalu, the grocer, al asa, the stick, hayyatun, snake, hayyatun, snakes, samaya, he heard, fahima, he understood, shariba, he drank. And this is the end of our lesson number 5, inshallah. Inshallah, we will start lesson number 6 in class number 42. During the course of our study, we may be making a lot of mistakes, and that is perfectly fine, because we are only learning. Okay, and when we are learning, we are allowed to make mistakes. That's why we always want to be students, because we are bound to make mistakes. Okay, so with that, we'll finish our lesson and then we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end that if we make mistake, then He may forgive us. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Rabbana la tu'akhizna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana wa la tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu ala allazina min qablina. Rabbana wa la tuhammilna ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ.